Modern Parisian apartment monochrome interior design, timeless black and white interior ideas. Welcome back to Modify House, where we transform spaces into stories. If you're dreaming of a living room that whispers elegance without shouting for attention, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're stepping into the world of modern Parisian monochrome interiors, a design philosophy that proves sometimes the most powerful statement comes from the most refined palette. Before we dive into this world of sophisticated blacks, crisp whites, and velvety grays, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss our design inspirations. And if you love what you see today, give us a thumbs up and drop a comment below telling us, would you dare to go monochrome in your own space? Now, let's explore how to create a living room that feels like a chic Parisian apartment, where every detail is intentional and every corner tells a story of understated luxury. Where Paris meets modern minimalism. Imagine walking into a Haussmannian apartment where centuries of architectural elegance meet the clean lines of contemporary design. That's the heart of modern Parisian monochrome style. This isn't about stripping away personality, it's about distilling it to its purest form. We're taking the grandeur of classic Parisian interiors with their crown moldings, tall windows, and herringbone floors and pairing them with the simplicity of modern minimalism. The result? A space that feels both timeless and utterly current. Think of it as the design equivalent of Coco Chanel's little black dress. Classic, sophisticated, and never out of style. This approach celebrates restraint as a form of luxury, where every piece in the room has earned its place through beauty, function, or both. It's about creating visual calm in a chaotic world, a sanctuary that soothes the eye and settles the soul. The Art of Sophisticated Restraint. Let's talk about color, or rather, the beautiful absence of it. Our palette is deceptively simple: black, white, and every gorgeous shade of gray in between. But here's the secret: we're not going stark or sterile. Instead, we're working with warm whites like ivory and cream, soft grays that lean slightly toward grayish, and deep charcoals that add drama without darkness. This isn't a flat, one-dimensional scheme. We're creating depth through tonal variation, where a dove gray sofa sits against slightly warmer white walls, or where a charcoal rug grounds a room of lighter elements. The magic happens in the subtle transitions, the gentle contrasts that guide the eye without jarring it. And here's where it gets interesting. We allow ourselves whispers of warmth through brass accents or natural wood tones, just enough to keep the space from feeling cold. Occasionally, a muted blush pillow or sage green plant pot might make an appearance, but they're supporting actors, never stealing the show from our monochrome stars. Touch meets the eye. In a monochrome scheme, texture becomes your secret weapon. Without color to create visual interest, we turn to materials that beg to be touched and surfaces that catch light in different ways. Picture this: a soft gray linen sofa with its natural weave visible up close, paired with a smooth marble coffee table whose veining creates subtle movement. Add a chunky wool throw, the cool touch of brass lamp bases, and perhaps a boucle accent chair that looks like a cloud. We're mixing matte paint finishes on walls with a subtle sheen of lime wash, combining the warmth of oiled oak floors with the cool elegance of limestone. Every surface tells a different tactile story: rough against smooth, soft against hard, matte against metallic. Think natural fibers like linen, cotton, and wool for textiles, paired with more refined materials like marble, brass, and quality wood. Even your walls can play this game. Maybe you have original plaster with a bit of texture, or you've added subtle panel molding that creates shadows and dimension. The result is a room that feels rich and layered despite its limited color range. Sculptural simplicity with character. When it comes to furniture in a modern Parisian monochrome space, we're looking for pieces that are both sculptural and serene. Your sofa should be the epitome of modern comfort. Think low-profile silhouettes with clean lines but gentle curves, upholstered in soft gray linen or performance boucle. Nothing too boxy, nothing too fussy. Now here's where personality enters: your accent chair. This is your sculptural moment, your conversation starter. Maybe it's a curved channel-back chair in cream boucle that looks like modern art, or perhaps a sleek black leather piece with architectural lines. The key is choosing one statement seating piece rather than matching everything. That's not the Parisian way. For tables, we love the combination of materials. A round marble coffee table with a matte black base brings together organic and industrial elements. Side tables might mix brass and glass, or pair solid oak with black steel. Storage should feel built-in when possible. Floor-to-ceiling shelving painted to match your walls, perhaps with black backing for depth. If you're bringing in a credenza or cabinet, choose natural wood tones or sleek black lacquer, always with clean, simple hardware. the Bones of Elegance. Let's talk about the architectural elements that give this style its Parisian soul. If you're lucky enough to have original crown molding, celebrate it by painting it the same color as your walls for a sophisticated, seamless look. But here's the game changer. Thin black picture rails installed about 3 to 4 inches from your ceiling. These create a horizontal line that emphasizes ceiling height while giving you a flexible system for hanging art without putting holes in your walls. Very Parisian, very practical. If your space has panel molding or wainscoting, keep it subtle and painted to match the walls. We want texture and dimension, not contrast. For windows, consider black-framed steel windows if you're doing a renovation, or paint your existing frames matte black for that modern industrial edge. Layer sheer white linen curtains for daytime privacy with heavier gray drapes that can be drawn for evening coziness. And floors? If you can, embrace the classic Parisian herringbone or chevron pattern in light oak or whitewashed wood. No parquet? Wide plank floors work beautifully too. The goal is creating architectural interest that feels inherent to the space, not applied as an afterthought. Illuminating the monochrome. Lighting in a monochrome space isn't just functional, it's theatrical. And in true Parisian style, we're going for fixtures that double as sculpture. Picture an oversized brass pendant light with clean geometric lines hanging over your seating area, or maybe a modern black chandelier with a linear silhouette. An arc floor lamp in brushed brass can reach gracefully over your sofa, creating both task lighting and visual drama. But here's the sophistication. We're layering our light sources. Recessed LED spots provide ambient lighting, always on dimmers so you can adjust the mood. Picture lights mounted on those black rails highlight your artwork and create focal points. Table lamps with simple linen drum shades in white or soft gray provide warm pools of light for reading. Perhaps you add LED strips behind floating shelves for a subtle glow. The key is creating multiple lighting zones that can be adjusted for different times of day and different moods. Morning light stays bright and energizing. Evening light becomes warm and intimate. And never underestimate the power of candles in simple black or white holders. They add that flickering, organic element that no electric light can replicate. Curated, never cluttered. In a modern Parisian monochrome interior, how you style your space is just as important as what you put in it. For art, we're embracing black and white photography, architectural shots of Paris, fashion photography, abstract compositions. Line drawings work beautifully, as do abstract pieces with subtle gray washes or charcoal strokes. Create a gallery wall on that black picture rail we mentioned, mixing frame sizes for an effortlessly collected look. Or go bold with one large-scale piece above your sofa, something substantial enough to anchor the space. Think 48 to 60 inches wide. Now for accessories, and here's where Parisian restraint comes in. Less is always more. Choose sculptural ceramics in matte white or black, brass or black metal objects that feel like small sculptures themselves. Stack a few coffee table books with beautiful monochrome covers. Keep fresh flowers or architectural branches in simple vases, white ceramic, clear glass, or matte black. The Parisian approach is about curation over collection. Every object should feel intentional, like you found it at a vintage market or inherited it from a stylish aunt. Group items in odd numbers, vary heights, and always leave breathing room. Negative space is not wasted space. It's what allows each piece to be truly seen. Grounding your space. Let's give special attention to one of the most distinctly Parisian elements, the herringbone pattern rug. This isn't just any rug, it's the piece that grounds your entire color story and adds that unmistakable French flair. Choose a wool rug with a herringbone or chevron pattern in muted tones, perhaps gray and cream, or soft charcoal with ivory. The pattern adds visual movement and interest without introducing new colors. Size matters here. Your rug should extend beyond your furniture footprint, with at least the front legs of your sofa and chairs sitting on it. In most living rooms, you're looking at a minimum of 8 by 10 feet, but don't be afraid to go larger. A too small rug makes everything feel disconnected and floating. Consider the pile height too. A low to medium pile works best for this aesthetic, keeping things sleek rather than shaggy. And here's a styling trick. You can layer textures by adding a cowhide or sheepskin over your primary rug, creating dimension while staying within your palette. The herringbone pattern itself is a nod to traditional Parisian parquet floors, so even if your floors are plain, your rug brings that heritage element into the space. Life in monochrome. Even in our restrained palette, nature finds a way, and should. Greenery becomes even more striking against a monochrome backdrop, each leaf and stem standing out like living sculpture. But we're choosing our plants with the same intentionality as our furniture. Think large statement plants that have architectural presence, a fiddle leaf fig with its dramatic, dinner plate-sized leaves, a monstera with those iconic splits and holes, or perhaps an olive tree that brings a touch of Mediterranean warmth. Place them in minimal planters that don't compete. White ceramic, matte black metal, or natural terracotta that's been whitewashed. Cluster smaller plants on open shelving or a console table, always in odd-numbered groupings. And don't overlook cut stems. Eucalyptus branches in a tall, simple vase bring that silvery green tone that complements gray beautifully, while olive branches add a sculptural, almost Mediterranean element. In winter months, white or cream flowers, roses, tulips, or ranunculus feel elegant and appropriate. The key is treating your plants as decor elements, not afterthoughts. They should be healthy, well-maintained, and positioned where they'll thrive, not just where they look good. Lived-in luxury. So what does it actually feel like to live in a modern Parisian monochrome space? It's serene without being sterile, sophisticated without being stuffy, minimal without being cold. This is a room that invites you to sink into that soft gray sofa with a book and a cup of coffee, where the lack of visual noise lets your mind truly relax. It's grown-up elegance that doesn't take itself too seriously. There might be a cashmere throw casually draped over the arm of a chair, or coffee table books that are actually read, not just displayed. The morning light streams through those sheer linen curtains, making everything glow. By evening, with dimmable lights turned low and candles flickering, the space transforms into something intimate and cocooning. Those brass accents catch the light and add warmth. The textures you've layered, smooth marble, nubby linen, soft wool, create sensory richness that color often provides. This is the visual equivalent of a perfectly neutral wardrobe. It never goes out of style, it works for any occasion, and it allows you and your experiences to be the focal point, not your surroundings. It's confident enough to be quiet, sophisticated enough to need no embellishment, and timeless enough to love for decades. Now that you've experienced the refined elegance of our modern Parisian monochrome interior, where crisp whites meet deep charcoals, sculptural furniture dances with architectural heritage, and every texture tells a story of understated luxury, it's time to explore how this timeless aesthetic transforms each individual space into something truly extraordinary. From the serene sanctuary of the bedroom to the sophisticated heart of the living room, from the spa-like tranquility of the bathroom to the inspiring focus of the home office, each room embraces the same black, white, and gray palette, but speaks its own distinct language of elegance. This is where Haussmannian grandeur meets contemporary minimalism, where herringbone patterns echo through rugs and floors, where brass accents catch the light like whispered secrets, and where every carefully curated detail proves that restraint is the ultimate form of luxury. So pour yourself a coffee, settle into that imaginary boucle chair, and join us as we walk through each beautifully edited space in this complete room-by-room guide to creating your own effortlessly chic Parisian sanctuary.